This goofball is someone you might have heard of because he's that coward that started a lot of shit with KSI, and then the second that it reached the fuck around and find out moment, like a week before they were actually supposed to fight, Dylan Dennis backs out and weasels his way out of it, coming up with all kinds of pathetic little excuses, and then still tries to act tough. He's a washed up fighter who all he does now is just shit talk and then promotes scams on Twitter. People have more respect for the flies that hover around public porta potties at a fucking music festival than they do this man and his career. And yet somehow he finds a way to sink even lower. He was recently the primary clown in CoffeeZilla's newest video, where he got used like a fleshlight by CoffeeZilla in order to prove a point that Dylan Dennis will promote absolutely anything at all as long as you pay him. And it turns out you don't even really have to pay him that much, all things considered. Just giving him a pack of cigarettes will get you like a 24-hour tweet promoting whatever vile scam you want. Like, it's actually pretty wild. So, CoffeeZilla's video exposes at least 20 scams that he's done in his past, as well as convincing him to do yet another one. You know, hop back in the saddle, get ready for the rodeo, and engage in another scam tweet that CoffeeZilla cooked up with a completely fake crypto project. And he wanted to see how much does Dylan charge, and does he do any amount of research at all into the things that he proudly posts on his Twitter? I know Dylan Dennis can't even spell research, so the answer isn't shocking. It's a no. He didn't bother looking into what CoffeeZilla was paying him to promote at all, because if he did, if he spent even 3 seconds, or even just like an iota of a thought given to the project, he would have immediately realized that it's not real and it is a scam that he's about to post proudly on his Twitter. Because CoffeeZilla laid it all out in front of him. And it's not even like it was hidden in plain sight or anything. He literally spelled it out, word for word. In a contract he sent to Dylan Dennis, it even says that it's not real and you're going to be the butt of a joke. It was literally, it was just there in the contract, and it wasn't even a long contract like buried in fine print. It was like a core piece of the contract that just says, this is basically a fucking scam, and Dylan still signed it. It's baffling. So, I'm getting ahead of myself here. I'm just trying to give a general breakdown of the situation. Of course, the full CoffeeZilla video is going to be linked in the description. It's fucking beautiful per usual. I'm just going to show you some clips from it. But one other thing I want to point out is the reason CoffeeZilla went after Dylan Dennis is because Dylan made a whole song and dance, a big hoopla about how bad he feels for everyone that got scammed by Logan Paul's CryptoZoo. And that's what tipped everyone off to how many scams he himself has done, which led to this investigation and this video by CoffeeZilla, Oompaville, and ZachXBT. And it's a fucking amazing ride. It really is.
Dylan Dennis is an MMA fighter famous for two things: cage fighting and not fighting KSI.
True.
But on December 23rd, he decided to be famous.
Also, apparently, I didn't know this until recently. He's not even famous for actually fighting. He's famous for just being a guy that, like, kind of rides Conor McGregor's dick. What's his actual fighting record? Because I said the same thing. I'm like, yeah, he actually fights. But his actual MMA record is 2-0. He has fought 2 times. Once in 2018 and once in 2019. Look at this shit. So he's not really a fighter. he's fought twice. Like, his whole claim to fame is, yeah, I'm a fucking stupid asshole. And that's it. And he won't even fight a YouTuber. 100% win rate, that is true. He is undefeated. But then again, so am I in MMA, to be fair. I am also undefeated. It's kind of meaningless when you don't have a whole lot of fights under your belt.
calling out the scammers. He writes in a tweet, "Damn, Logan Paul is a scumbag. Feel bad for everyone he scammed." Of
Thanks,
course,
Dylan.
No one's gonna really disagree with this, so the likes rolled in. But what Dylan doesn't
What a
tell you
saint.
is he also
What a
has a
saint.
history of scamming people on Twitter. And what Dylan didn't know is that there was a detective watching him. That detective was not me, actually. I wish it was me. It was my buddy ZachXBT on Twitter who
Whoa!
said, "Damn, Dylan Dennis is a scumbag. Feel
Hey, this is all coming full circle. You might remember Zach from the BitBoy Crypto thing. He was the guy that, like, tracked all of his moonshots and, like, called out a whole bunch of shit there.
So I reached back out to Zach and I said, "Hey, good tweet, but I want to find out how many scams exactly this guy has promoted." So Zach started digging through the garbage bin of deleted tweets, and we found out pretty quick there were a lot more.
What the fuck is it? Baby Dinger? What the fuck? Baby Dinger token is the next Shiba Inu. Oh man, if anyone has any baby dingers, you should immediately just lose the right to earn money in your life. You don't deserve it anymore. Ringdinger. Hey, let's not besmirch the good name of the Ringdinger. That's as far from Web3 crypto as you get. That is literally an old man who snaps your head off.
I wanted to trick Dylan into giving me the amount. The rough idea was to approach Dylan and say, hey, I created this dumb NFT project that's completely fake. How much would it cost for you to promote it? He gives me an answer, and I have my price. Who, looked like he would be serious about selling you an NFT collection. And that's when I thought of my buddy, Oompaville.
Yes!
He's the guy who's actually really sweet in real life.
I did know Oompaville played a big role in this here. So that is exciting. Very smart. CoffeeZilla recognized that Dylan would certainly say no, knowing for sure that it's a honeypot if it was CoffeeZilla that reached out. So he used Oompaville. Whom, I mean, that looks like a well-adjusted man to me. Like, that's a trustworthy face right there. So, he used him as the proxy. That's genius.
We can provide all the marketing copy. Please let me know as we're trying to launch relatively soon. That website is not a real crypto NFT platform. Nothing in this video is a crypto or real NFT, so
yeah,
you cannot
obviously,
buy crypto. I want to be
sure.
super clear because Dylan immediately responds with, "Want to do a tweet?" And then I love this next part. What is it? I like the order of that, you know, like, let's promote it, and then underneath it, what am I promoting? And it's at this point I realized
it's secondary.
This is not only my chance to find out how much Dylan gets paid for all these scam promotions, it's also my chance to test Dylan Dennis. In fact, to do this, I basically copied almost word for word CryptoZoo's white paper, saying the following.
Baby.
Sour.gg may appear to solely function as an NFT collection, but it's much, much more. Sour allows users to earn sweet tokens that are openly traded via a yield that is based on the rarity of a given candy NFT.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Coffee, I love the attention to detail here. I think that is super smart. I'm not convinced Dylan Dennis can read. I think he might be illiterate. So he just saw words on the page and he's like, man, this is legit. All these words, they have meaning, I have no doubt. I'm in. I am confident he had no fucking clue what anything in that white paper said. But I appreciate you went the extra mile and set it up that way for it.
Look out, adventurer. Now this is a sentence which means nothing unless you lay it out by the first letter of every word. And then it spells CoffeeZilla.
Oh!
So, don't say I didn't warn him. And obviously,
that's
even
way
if
too
I
smart for
hadn't warned
Dylan.
him, Dylan Dennis surely wouldn't promote a crypto project, right? Because he's, you know, he puts that as a victim. And then ETH? Question mark? And at this point, I'm just a little surprised by how easy this all is. Zero due diligence is
I'm not
being
surprised
done
at all.
here. We have created the weakest facade possible for an NFT scam, and he's just immediately on board. After we settled on that, he sent me payment information.
I am shocked he can even get 5K for a tweet. His Twitter isn't exactly what you'd call booming. The only time he gets engagement is when people are laughing at him. Like, here, let me go to his Twitter real quick. Let's see, what's his most recent tweet? Because he deleted this one, I remember that. His most recent one is, if Alexander Volkanovski beats... okay, it's a fight. I'll give one person who likes this tweet $1,500 and must be following to win. So he's actually having to do fucking... He has to farm. He has to do giveaway farming. But before that, it's literally nothing. And he got 8K likes on the farm. So even by those standards, that's pretty low. So I'm shocked that he's actually asking 5K. Though I doubt many people are actually giving it to him.
Dylan gave us a brand new crypto wallet just for this transaction.
Whoa!
Which seems to imply that he probably makes new wallets for every new deal he does, which is
Definitely not
true.
his own idea.
And at this
I
point, I realized
promise.
I had a choice to make.
Someone told him to do that.
Take what I learned, present it to you guys, and stop this little charade I had with Dylan and make my video. And Dylan would just keep doing this because his fans wouldn't know.
Wait,
Or
what was that
I
last one? Was that Face Writers? What the fuck? Did I read that correctly? Right before Baby Dinger.
Dylan would just keep doing this.
Oh, I'm writing with Faceless. Gotcha. I thought that said Face Writers. I was like, damn, another fucking wild one.
Because his fans wouldn't know. Which is actually pay Dylan to post a link to our fake NFT project, But the twist would be, as soon as he posts that link, it will become a website dedicated to every scam tweet Dylan Dennis has ever done. And remember that this website would be linked by Dylan Dennis himself to all of his fans until he kept the tweet for certain periods of time. And to my surprise, he agreed to the terms. And
that's smart. That's super smart. Yeah, so space it out so that way you can get the most juice for the squeeze here off the tweet staying live. I can also promise you, Dylan Dennis has no idea what any of these words he's using here mean. He's used too much punctuation. There's 2 periods in there. That's far more than his reading level permits. He's got percentage sign in there, some underlines, parentheses. Dylan Dennis tapped out once he saw payment structure. He's like, all right, payment. I know that one. Okay, whatever else.
Website, which is just a website with all his previous transgressions. Now, I did talk to some
I want to read that one. What was that? I'm bullish on what? These all have the worst names. I'm bullish on Rock Smart Chain. Rocket Raccoon. Hype.
From Zach IT, we found over 20 projects that Dylan promoted and then tried deleting, where many of them were rug pulls and scams. It was at this point is I drew up a contract for Dylan to sign before this whole thing goes live.
He didn't read it.
And in it, I lay the whole thing out. And this is what I meant by headwinds. This is where he probably will catch us. Because in black and white, I lay out our whole scheme right in front of him. So it literally says, like, you're going to be the butt of the joke. It says people aren't doing due diligence. It says that we're going to be switching the website to show his prior promotions. So we lay out the whole thing there.
Oh,
and
no.
What we're really banking on is he's not going to read any of this. He's just going to see money and just sign it, which is the
100%.
whole point of this entire
He
thing.
can't
So
read it.
I think it fits.
Sending it. All right, and then I'm sending the drive link.
I mean, we've sent the contract now. We're literally waiting.
He's going to instantly respond with the sign. It's going to be less than 2 minutes.
Oh, I agree, bro.
It was 3 minutes. I was so fucking close. I was so close.
Idiot! That's right, ladies and gentlemen. He agreed.
I was so
and
close.
You might notice that we weren't actually.
No way, right? No way. No way. Oh my. That was such a slow run, I feel like, too. Oh my. Please tell me that's it. How long has it been? It's been like 2 months. How long has it been? Let me actually check. When did I post that? It's been a month. Wow.